What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Relentless Pursuit podcast. I just got back from a vacation in Cabo. I was there for a couple weeks, almost 2 weeks. It was like 10 days, but I had the best time ever. And today we're going to be talking about my secrets to never bloating on vacation. So it's going to be an awesome podcast. So let's dive right in. Welcome to the Relentless Pursuit podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Vassar, an online strength and functional nutrition coach, helping high-achieving women optimize their metabolism to get strong, lean, and healthy while healing their gut, hormones, and mindset. In these short episodes, you'll learn how to build a relentless mindset, feel your body properly, train smart, optimize your lifestyle, and create a sustainable routine to heal your body and see incredible results that last. Whether you're new to the gym, need to heal your body from weight loss resistance, or just want to level up your routine, I'm your girl. So grab a cup of coffee and get cozy. Let's dive in. All right, so on my vacation in Cabo, we ate out almost every single meal. And look, I know you're excited for your vacations this year, right? But also probably a little bit nervous because, anything you eat makes you look 6 months pregnant, especially when you're eating out. And I've been there too. I mean, I used to like every single thing that I ate, no matter how high quality it was, would make me bloat. It was not fun at all, right? It messes with your confidence. It doesn't make you feel very good. You're not going to feel very good in that bikini on the beach, right? When you look 6 months pregnant and you're not actually pregnant, right? But on my last vacation, I was able to negate bloating, except for one time I went out to Chinese. It did not sit very well with me, so it caused me a little bit of bloating like the rest of the day and kind of like the beginning of the next day. But other than that, I was pretty much able to negate bloating the whole time on my vacation. And here's how. I meditated an hour a day. I walked 30 minutes before and after each meal. I took 30 deep breaths before each meal and 3 breaths between bites. I only drank 3 tablespoons of water with each meal. And I took greens powder every morning to get rid of bloating and heal my gut. JK. I did not do any of that. In fact, other than taking digestive enzymes sometime and still, continuing to limit gluten and dairy because those are known intolerances for me, on vacation, I didn't really need to do much to negate bloating because of the time that I took to work on healing my gut before vacation. Now, let me get one thing straight so no one is confused. Please don't waste money on that greens powder to heal your gut because let's just be honest here. It's worthless and it's not actually healing your gut, all right? You're just going to be wasting like 50 or 60 bucks a month, okay? So let's not do that. But do you want to learn how to actually heal your gut? I can help you do so that you can finally enjoy food again and feel confident in your body before and after eating food. So DM me guide and I'll send you my guide on 5 steps to get rid of bloating today. But I have a bonus for you for this podcast episode, which is what I wanted to go over. My other secret when it comes to, not getting bloated after eating food. And is an extremely important tip and one tip that so many people hear. You may have heard it before, maybe not, but they don't implement it. And they're like, it doesn't work. Well, you're not implementing it, right? If I don't follow this tip, pretty good chance I'm going to get bloated, right? And if I do follow this tip, you know what it does? It improves digestion, it decreases bloating, it helps your body break down food and absorb nutrients better. And it can also help you maintain your gut health or support you in healing your gut, if you're also doing like the other things necessary to heal your gut for whatever specific issue you may be running into currently. So what is that tip? What is the tip? The tip is to eat in a parasympathetic state. All right. What does this mean? You're probably like, okay, I think I've heard of parasympathetic before. That pretty much means like rest to digest. All right, well, that's a good first cue, right? So many people are living their lives in fight or flight, right? They're constantly stressed, they're constantly going, they're eating quickly because they don't have time, right? I get it. And, when they eat, they're eating in a fight or flight state. When you're eating in a fight or flight state, your body is not prioritizing digestion. Therefore, your body is not going to be producing the enzymes necessary to break down the food. It's not going to be actually digesting your food as efficiently as it could. It's not going to be absorbing as much nutrients from it because again, you're in a fight or flight state. Your body is not prioritizing digestion. Okay, and that's going to lead to issues down the road like constipation or diarrhea and gas and, other things that people don't really enjoy, and of course, bloating. So those are the reasons that you need to eat in a parasympathetic state. Now you're probably like, all right, cool. I get it. All right, Rachel. But how the heck do I eat in a parasympathetic state? I'm like always stressed, right? Okay. To eat in a parasympathetic state, try to keep it as simple as possible, and you'll need to figure out what works best for you, okay? But I'm going to keep it super simple for you, okay? These are some things that I've found as a type A individual who has a really hard time to just chill, okay? These are some things that I found to be extremely helpful for me. So number one, I recommend taking this kind of goes from the first things that I mentioned, but just not as excessive. I recommend taking 3 deep breaths before your meal. You don't have to take it between each bite. That's crazy. But taking 3 deep breaths before each meal can be extremely helpful in getting you into this parasympathetic state, okay? So just like, right? Like if you do a breath like that, you'll immediately just feel more calm. Right? You'll feel your body kind of relaxing a little bit. So you can either do like the box breathing, which is 4 seconds in, 4 pause, 4 out, 4 pause, and then repeat. Or you can do like 3 in, 6 out, or you can do 6 in, 8 out, or whatever. Just a quick little note though, it has been shown that breathing out is how your body relaxes, okay? So if your goal is to get into the parasympathetic state, you can do box breathing if you want, but I would recommend breathing out longer than you breathe in. Something that I typically do is a 3 or 4 second breathe in, and then like a 6 to 8 second breath out, and then I do that 3 times. You can do it more than 3 times if you find that you're more stressed than typical, and maybe you need to take a little bit more time to just chill, get into that parasympathetic rest and digest state, then you can definitely do so. But, typically I recommend doing 3 breaths. Okay, cool. Now, the second thing that I recommend doing is eating slowly. Okay. This is something, again, I've heard, I know so many people have heard. If you've been listening to me, you've probably heard me talk about the importance of eating slowly, but people don't implement it because, well, they don't know actually how it helps them because they're never able to implement it. So, here are a few tactics that you can use to help you eat slower. So first thing, eat food that's harder to eat, so not as palatable food. So maybe things like steak. Steak sometimes is hard to chew, so you have to eat a little bit slower is an example of that. Or just foods that are just difficult to chew. Maybe they're just not as easy to eat as fast. Like just think how easy it is to eat like a McDonald's hamburger versus like steak and a baked potato and broccoli, right? You're eating like twice as many calories probably in that McDonald's hamburger, but it takes you like a minute. And it takes you probably like 15 or 30 minutes to eat that steak, broccoli, and baked potato, just as an example. So that is just like an example of eating less palatable foods, okay? The second way is to put your fork down in between each bite. It's so easy to just like scoop it into your mouth and eat super quick. But the reason that this isn't good is because it doesn't allow your digestive enzymes to secrete fast enough to break down your food, and that is what causes the bloating, because then your food isn't getting broken down properly. It causes gas, in your stomach, and that can lead to bloating, okay? That can also, kind of just like a side note, that can also kind of inhibit your stomach signaling to your brain that you're full, because if you're that plate, you're like, oh man, I could have like stopped like when I was halfway through. I feel way too full now by the time your body actually has the time to signal that you're full. So that's another reason why it's really important to eat slowly, especially if you're not wanting to eat a ton of food. If you do want to eat a ton of food and you're fine with bloating, sure, you can eat faster. But that's kind of just a hit that you need to take. But yeah. Another thing that I recommend doing is maybe just like counting how many times you chew. But I know I have a lot of type A individuals following me because I'm the same way. So you probably aren't going to want to be counting to like 20 every time you eat a bite. So I would honestly just recommend like setting down your fork in between bites, and that will make it better. So yeah. that is the tip to help negate bloating. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions. And again, if you want to heal your gut, get rid of bloating so that you can enjoy food again and feel confident in your body before and after eating food, DM me guide on my Instagram at Rachel's Fitness LLC, and I will send you my guide for my 5 steps to get rid of bloating today. One of the steps I already shared with you, eat in a parasympathetic state, but you'll get 4 more. All right, so go get that guide and then message me, your takeaways from it. I love to hear people's feedback. So I'll talk soon. Bye. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Relentless Pursuit podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to follow for more. If you have a question, feel free to shoot me a DM on my Instagram at Rachel's Fitness LLC with 2 A's. Until next time, be relentless.